of Nebraska senior design team. We've been building a evaluator engine and metrics for generative AI. All right, take it away.
Thank you, Eric. All right, so sweet. So Blue Cross Blue Shield Nebraska, first off, who are they? So they're an insurance company, and so they're there for when things happen, and things happen in life. That's just how it is. But what's really cool about Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska is that they really want to empower healthier lives, okay? And that's obvious through all of the community events that they're involved in. They win awards all the time, like you could see here. And so that's kind of why we're here, is they love to give it back to the community. They want to teach us, help us learn. But the really big reason that we're actually here today is because they are constantly driven to innovate. They want to be at the top of the game. And so they had a big idea. That's where it started. And that's where we are here today. And we're super excited to showcase how that idea was taken to an actual product.
All right, these are our stakeholders. We've had a great experience with the Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska stakeholders. Yeah, big shout out to them. Thank you for all the help you've given our team and all the trust and all of that.
Absolutely. And then a huge thank you to all of our faculty and staff and our coach as well. They've been super, super helpful when it comes to just learning the technologies, learning how to communicate better, really just everything. So a huge thanks to all of them.
This is our leadership. We have Nick here, our squad lead and product manager, and we have Churyu here. He is our development manager.
Awesome. And then for the development team, we have Eric in the flesh himself, and then we also have Trevor, Zijun, and Cassidy.
So Blue Cross and Blue Shield has created Bennett, a generative AI co-pilot, which is designed to assist their customer service representatives. Their responses are currently reviewed manually, which is a pretty time-consuming process. This project has the goal of automating that process and making its responses much more accurate. The goal is to reduce manual testing efforts and enhance the accuracy and streamline their AI development lifecycle.
Awesome. So for the actual solution, so there's a lot here, so I'll just break down the diagram. But basically, we wanted to make a pipeline that they can call whenever they want. So if they make changes to Bennett, their customer support representative tool, if they just want to run it to see if things are accurate, if they've updated a prompt, whatever it might be, they can run that and they can test their system. So it's scalable. It can be used however they want to adapt and evolve this, because things are always evolving. So we wanted to set it up in that way. So what we start with, we have Azure Data Factory. This just kind of gets everything together, kicks it off. You can think of it as that type of a system. And it'll actually run, and Eric will talk about it on the next slide, but it'll run Test Runner. And so Test Runner actually compiles a giant collection of benefits that Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska offers. It sends those questions through their chatbot, and it gets the response, and it stores it for us in a blob storage. So basically, it's just storing all that information in that blob storage, and we can then use that later for analysis. But it's creating this giant combination of all these questions, all these benefits, all these answers that people would be asking. So it's making it, or it's giving us that real data based on that version of Bennett, and then we can actually evaluate that later.
Yeah, and part of our solution is, of course, displaying that data in useful ways for the Blue Cross Shield to use to make sure the prompts work as they should, and to point out any discrepancies in, let's say, like the extracted benefits up on the screen. The ones in red are the lowest scoring, so that's something you might want to come back and either look at the prompt or look at those benefits and see if it comes up with that.
Absolutely. And so here's a little kind of demonstration. So this is one of the results in Power BI after all the analysis has been done and scored. And so this is mock data here, but what is really useful about this is they can go and see in their generative AI chatbot, is the information being output correctly? Is it outputting the right coverage percentages, if they're covered, if it's in or out of network? And then, of course, it needs to include the correct structure. Is it including all of the information? Even if all the information is correct, is it including everything we want? So we have multiple prompts. We use that large language model to score how it's actually performing here. And then we turn it into a really nice view that they can look at and make action on. So they can look at this and know our prompt or our system or the information we're giving their language processor, their chatbot, maybe it's not great for mental well-being counseling, so we need to improve that. So this is just a really great view. They're able to actually take action on this information that we are getting for them.
Yeah, this is another example of one of the visuals that we use. This was more focused on scores over a certain time period. Like we have the date filter, for example, and you can sort by the many filters that we have on it.
Awesome. And then we also have another page. So one of the other issues is like you want to make sure you have enough test data. And so that's where this is really important. We can actually see and show when it comes to insurance, there are lots of different plans, lots of different things you can be covered for. And we want to make sure we are including everything. So in this example, you could see in the top right, the number of evaluations per plan. You can see that one plan in the whitish color, bluish color, actually has a lot of examples, but the other ones maybe not as much. So that's where you can actually look at that data that you're getting and make sure you have enough of what you want to test. So this is just a verification tool for them. Because then, again, at the end of the day, like you want to make sure when it comes to AI, you're covering everything. If you're missing things, if you're missing information, that's where things can start to go wrong. So this is how we're making that happen.
Here's some values and highlights from our time. So we've definitely saved them time and hopefully made it a little bit more efficient, automating this testing and reducing their manual workload. We've enhanced their accuracy, and we have two different scoring methods, the qualitative and quantitative, which identify factual errors and then contextual errors. We have a Power BI dashboard, which offers clear and concise data, which can pinpoint certain areas that might have problems in the future or currently. And security and compliance is a big thing for insurance companies, so something that we've had to be very careful about is make sure we're using the correct data and make sure we're not like copying things in the browsers or something weird like that.
Absolutely. Awesome. And then when it comes to value and highlights, so this is something that can be, and they want to expand to a lot more systems, and they want to scale this. So right now, this is just for kind of in-house, their customer support representatives, but they want to take this to the next level, which is really, really cool. They want to keep expanding on this, evolving on this. A lot of current chatbots out there, they'll have like thumbs up, thumbs down functionality, so you can actually tell, is it outputting good or bad responses, which is kind of the basis. We kind of use references here for the scoring. And so they could, whenever they do want to take it to a customer-facing integration, they can do that. They can use the same scoring system to ensure in real time, are those responses what they want to be showing their customers? And if not, then they could see, and it'll be like in red highlighted for them, these benefits are not being answered well. They can actually take action and fix that before it becomes a bigger problem. And so there are a lot of different ways. Again, this is going from like a manual system of just looking and making sure these outputs are good. We want to automate that, because to scale it, you need to automate it. You can't just have somebody manually looking at all of these. That'd be a lot of work. And it allows you to be proactive. You can actually get on top of these things very quickly when you can pre-score it, when you make these changes to your model, because you're always changing the AI model, how you prompt it. And so that's very huge.
Some of our learning experiences include using lots of technologies. Getting started on this project, we definitely used a lot of things that we later determined either won't work for this or don't fit their security criteria, and that's all right. We got lots of great experience using lots of different stuff and different AI models. That was great. Definitely learned the importance of continuous and clear communication with our sponsors across a large team. We've definitely built confidence with collaboration in general, accountability, and ownership of what we do. And we've been introduced to this project with clear instructions and a clear vision, and we were trusted to solve the problem pretty independently.
And so we just want to say thank you to both, like really everyone for being here, our sponsors. We've been able to learn so much. We were guided through the project, not walked through it, so we were actually able to learn quite a bit. It was a great experience, and it's a very cool tool that can be evolved in many, many great ways. So we're super excited for this. It's got a long ways that it can go still, and so it'll be exciting to see where it is in a year or two down the road. Thank you.
Thank you.